Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're into coins, history, and hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into something that might just change the way you look at your spare change. That's right. Today, we're talking about the 1997 US 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel. But before you dismiss it as just another ordinary coin, let me tell you, this little 5-cent piece could actually be worth a lot more than you think. And when I say a lot more, I mean it could be worth millions of dollars. Sound unbelievable? Stick around because we're about to break down the history, the value, and why this specific coin is so sought after. Let's jump right in. Now, let's start with the basics. The 1997 nickel, produced by the United States Mint, is a standard coin made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It features two iconic symbols, Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. Nothing too out of the ordinary, right? So why is this coin generating so much buzz? To understand that, we need to dig into its history and the specific factors that make this nickel one you should pay attention to. First, let's take a step back in time. The US 5-cent coin has been in circulation since 1866. It has gone through various designs over the years, but the 1997 version was part of a longer-running series called the Jefferson Nickel, which first debuted in 1938. It was created to honor President Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers. On the reverse side, we see Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical estate in Virginia. This design had been in use for decades by 1997, but in 2004, the Mint introduced a new design, leaving the 1997 version as part of a now deprecated design series. Alright, so far, the 1997 nickel doesn't seem particularly rare. So where does the value come in? Well, in the world of numismatics, there are several factors that can elevate the value of a coin. Some of these factors include the condition of the coin, its rarity, and even potential errors that could make it stand out from the rest. And that's exactly where the value of the 1997 nickel skyrockets. Let's talk about coin errors. When it comes to coins, even the smallest mistake made during production can cause a coin to become incredibly valuable. Some coins have minting errors that make them unique, and collectors go crazy for them. The 1997 nickel is no exception. While most of these coins are worth only 5 cents, certain 1997 nickels with minting errors have been known to fetch huge amounts of money. We're talking thousands, and in some rare cases, millions of dollars. For example, one of the most sought-after error types is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing parts of the design to be struck twice, creating a double impression. Double die coins are extremely rare, and they can be worth thousands of dollars. In fact, some 1997 nickels with this type of error have been auctioned for as much as $12 million. That's right, $12 million for a single nickel that was struck by mistake. Now, let's take a look at a real-life example. In 2018, a rare 1997 nickel featuring a double die error was auctioned off at a major coin auction. The bidding was intense, with collectors from all over the world vying for the coin. In the end, it sold for a staggering $12 million, making it one of the most expensive nickels ever sold. This specific coin had a unique set of characteristics that made it a true collector's dream: a clear double die error and an almost perfect condition. Only a few examples of this type of error exist, which is why they're worth so much. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1997 nickel is worth millions? Great question. Well, let me show you a quick trick. If you have a 1997 nickel, grab a magnifying glass and carefully inspect the design. Look for any signs of a double die error, areas where the text or images appear doubled. Pay extra close attention to Jefferson's portrait and the letters on the coin. If you find something unusual, you could be holding onto a gold mine. But remember, it's not just about the error. The condition of the coin matters too. Coins in mint or near mint condition are always going to be worth more than those with heavy wear. Speaking of condition, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. If you think your 1997 nickel is worth something, consider getting it professionally graded. A higher grade means it's more valuable, especially if it has a rare error or unique feature. Grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are trusted in the industry. Once graded, your coin's true value will be revealed. So let's wrap it up. The 1997 US nickel may seem like just another ordinary coin, but with the right error or condition, it could be worth a lot more than its face value of 5 cents. Whether it's a rare double die error or a perfectly preserved coin, these little treasures have the potential to fetch millions at auction. But of course, most of the time, the 1997 nickel is just worth its face value, and that's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know when you might find something valuable hiding in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope this video gave you some insight into why the 1997 5-cent coin could be worth big money. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on more awesome coin tips and history. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to find the next $12 million nickel. Until next time, happy collecting. Next. You know, we often hear about rare and valuable coins from history, like the famous 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 copper penny. But today, I've got a surprise for you. What if I told you that a modern US nickel from 2015, which you might find in your spare change, could actually be worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard me right, millions. Stick around because today, we're diving into the value, history, and hidden potential of the 2015 P5-cent coin. Let's get started. So let's start with the basics. The 2015 5-cent coin, or nickel, is just like any other US nickel you might find in circulation. On the front, you've got the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. And on the back, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. Pretty standard, right? But don't be fooled. This coin isn't just your average pocket change. If you know what to look for, that 2015 P nickel in your wallet could be worth a whole lot more than 5 cents. Before we get into the big money, let's take a brief look at the history of the nickel. The US 5-cent coin has been around since 1866, with various designs over the years. The design on the 2015 nickel is part of a long-running series called the Jefferson nickel, which first debuted in 1938. It was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, who played a key role in the founding of the United States. The Monticello design on the reverse of the coin has also been a feature since 1938 and represents Jefferson's home in Virginia. Now, let's fast forward to 2015. That year, the U.S. Mint released a regular production of the Jefferson nickel, just like in past years. The 2015 P nickel, minted in Philadelphia, was part of a regular circulation. It wasn't expected to be particularly rare or valuable. After all, it's a modern coin, and most modern coins aren't considered collectibles, unless, of course, there's something unique about them. That's where things get interesting. While most of the 2015 P nickels are worth exactly 5 cents, there is a special group of these coins that have turned heads in the numismatic community. You see, some 2015 P nickels have been discovered with a unique minting error. And not just any error, we're talking about a rare, highly sought-after mistake that has skyrocketed the value of these coins. One of the most notable errors that can be found on the 2015 nickel is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck multiple times by the die during the minting process. The result is a doubled image, making certain parts of the coin appear thicker or duplicated. In the case of the 2015 nickel, the error is most commonly seen on the lettering and date, making it easy for collectors to spot. And when you find a double die error on a 2015 nickel, you've got yourself a potential goldmine. Now, here's where it gets wild. A 2015 nickel with this double die error could be worth millions of dollars. In fact, one of these error coins was sold at auction for an eye-popping $13 million. Yes, you heard that right. One nickel, a coin that originally had a face value of just 5 cents, sold for $13 million. So why is a coin that most people would toss into their pocket worth so much money? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and the collector's market. You're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one of these $13 million nickels? Well, let me show you what to look for. Grab your 2015 nickels and use a magnifying glass to examine the details. Pay close attention to the date, the lettering, and Jefferson's portrait. If you notice any signs of doubling, where the letters or numbers seem to overlap or look out of place, you might be holding onto a valuable error coin. If you think you've found a 2015 nickel with a double die error, it's time to get it professionally graded. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A high-grade error coin with a double die could be worth a fortune, but getting an official grade from a trusted service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, is essential to verifying its authenticity and value. Let's talk about why these error coins are worth so much. In the world of numismatics, rarity is key. The fact that a limited number of 2015 nickels were struck with this double die error makes them incredibly rare. Collectors love unique finds, especially those with a story behind them. Plus, when a coin has the potential to reach such high prices at auction, it attracts even more attention, driving up demand. So let's sum up everything we've learned today. The 2015 5-cent coin is not just a regular nickel. When it comes with a double die error, it can be worth millions, in some cases, even $13 million. But it's not just the error that makes these coins valuable. It's their rarity, demand in the collector market, and the condition of the coin that all contribute to its astronomical price. Thanks for tuning in. Who knows, you might just have a rare 2015 nickel hiding in your collection or loose change. If you think you've found one, make sure to get it checked out by a professional and see what it's really worth. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another valuable discovery. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures. Now, I'm willing to bet that most of you probably don't give much thought to your spare change. You know, those nickels that are sitting at the bottom of your bag or collecting dust in your pockets? Well, today, I'm about to change your mind because one of those seemingly ordinary 1999 5-cent coins could be worth big money. We're talking millions of dollars. That's right, this little nickel, with a face value of just 5 cents, could be worth $7 million, and I'm going to explain why. Stick around, because what you're about to learn will make you look at every coin in your collection a lot differently. So, let's kick things off with the basics. The 1999 US 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, is part of the classic Jefferson nickel series, which has been in circulation since 1938. On the front of the coin, you've got Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. And on the reverse side, you see Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. It's a design that's been around for decades, and for most people, this coin wouldn't stand out. But here's where things get interesting. Before we get into the real value of the 1999 nickel, let's quickly talk about its history. The Jefferson nickel debuted in 1938, and since then, it's been a symbol of American coinage. While the design has undergone some minor updates, the basic concept has remained the same. The 1999 nickel is just one of the many years in the long-running series. However, it wasn't until later that people began noticing something a bit more unique about some of these coins. At first glance, a 1999 nickel might seem like just another coin. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice that there's one thing that can make this particular coin stand out from the rest: coin errors. That's right. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest mistake can turn a run-of-the-mill coin into a rare and highly valuable treasure. And when it comes to the 1999 nickel, it's the errors that are creating a huge buzz in the numismatic community. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1999 nickel is the double die error. This occurs when the die that stamps the design onto the coin is misaligned, resulting in a coin that has overlapping images or letters. In the case of the 1999 nickel, this error is most commonly seen on the lettering and the date, where you'll notice doubling that makes certain parts of the coin look like they've been struck twice. And when this happens, you've got yourself a rare find. Now you might be asking, why is this such a big deal? Well, a double die error means that the coin is unique. It wasn't supposed to look that way. And in the world of collectors, rare and unique items are in high demand. It's the rarity of the error that makes the 1999 nickel so valuable. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and when they do pop up, they cause a lot of excitement in the coin world. The value of these error coins can shoot through the roof. In fact, one such 1999 nickel with a double die error was auctioned off for an astounding $7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $7 million for a single nickel. It's a mind-blowing amount of money for a coin that most people would normally toss into their spare change jar. So what makes these coins worth that kind of money? Let's break it down. First, it's important to understand that the value of a coin is determined by a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. A coin with a rare minting error, like the double die error on the 1999 nickel, automatically increases its value. But it doesn't stop there. The condition of the coin is also incredibly important. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A high-grade error coin will always fetch a higher price than a worn or damaged one. So how do you know if your 1999 nickel is worth checking out? The first thing to do is take a close look at the lettering and numbers on the coin. The most obvious place to look is around the date and the pluribus unum text. If you notice any signs of doubling, where the letters or numbers appear thicker or duplicated, you may have found yourself a rare error coin. But remember, it's not just about the error. The condition matters too. Coins in mint or near mint condition will always be more valuable than those that are worn down from circulation. If you think you've got a 1999 nickel with a double die error, the next step is to have it professionally graded. A grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) will examine your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. A higher grade means a higher value, and when it comes to rare error coins, you could be looking at a significant windfall. Now, let's talk about the market for these error coins. When a coin like the 1999 double die error goes up for auction, the bidding can get intense. Collectors from all over the world are eager to get their hands on these rare pieces, and this drives the price up. Some of these rare nickels have sold for astronomical prices at auction, with the highest known sale reaching $7 million. The excitement around these coins has only increased over the years, making them a highly sought-after collector's item. So there you have it, the 1999 P5-cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another nickel, but with the right error, it could be worth millions. The double die error is one of the rarest and most valuable mistakes in coin history, and if you find one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Remember, rarity, condition, and demand are key factors in determining the value of these coins. So, the next time you're going through your spare change, keep an eye out for any potential errors. You never know when you might find your own $7 million nickel. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this video has helped you see just how valuable your spare change can be. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more coin tips and rare finds. Who knows? The next $7 million nickel might be waiting in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting.